Let's talk right fast. Terrell Gangster said people played with BG when they got out. He should have did a song when he got out. I think he did was right. Nobody haven't forgot him because Wayne is still there. Nobody have not forgot about him because of Wayne. Wayne and Juvenile and Birdman, their legacy together is what keeping everything going. BG would never be forgotten. And you need to understand that he can never be forgotten. Wayne is still standing. That's the difference that people don't know. Wayne is holding it down. If Wayne is still standing and Juvenile is standing and Birdman and some of the Hot Boys crew, that's who's keeping it together. If those people are standing, how can he be forgotten? See that can't be broken by anything. So he can't be played with. That's the difference. I don't think people know. They should know who he is. Everybody know who BG is. He started this. You know what I'm saying? You got to know who he is. He started it. They made Bling Bling. They started it. Everybody wanted to be a hot boy. Everybody wanted to be a beat jizzle. Everybody wanted to be a juvenile. Everybody wanted to be a Lil Wayne. Everybody wanted to be a hot boy twerk. Everybody wanted to be those things. They started this. So you got to understand, like, they can't be forgot. BG, they can't play with him. Because you got other New Orleans niggas with him. You got NBA Youngboy. You got a whole bunch of niggas from the West Coast. I got a lot of people that fuck with people in the thing. So I don't think that was the case of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people fuck with BG, but BG is legendary. BG started it. People don't even know. We won't have bling bling. We won't have the certain things if it won't be for them, like, and everybody. When I was a kid, I always wanted to go to Teen Summit in New Orleans, and I never got the chance to go because it was a very popular event. And my brother and them used to always go. I used to act like a wrestler, but they are never forgotten. BG has never been played with. Lil Wayne, all of them, Birdman, none of them. You know what I'm saying? And people in the Cash Money clique don't make sure of that, man. And other people in Chopper City. I don't think that never was the question. He's great and he's legendary. So nobody can really ruin BG. Nobody can ever any play with him like that. You gotta know who he is. It got so many fake people that say BG got out and he didn't get out until the right time. So you don't know what it is. And I don't think he's legend. He started this. Baller Block and everybody, he started this. So if Wayne is still, how can he be played with? If Birdman still, how can he be forgotten? I don't think those things are happening. Lil Wayne and Birdman still here. And Hot Boy, D-Boy, Lack, all the people from New Orleans still here. Chopper City Boys, man. Some of the Chopper City Boys members still here. I don't think he ever forgotten. He's street legendary. You know what I'm saying? And that's on them if they playing with him like that, because once they see him, once people know they playing with him, they gone. That's just the bottom line. If something gonna happen to him, that's just the bottom line of those things of who he is in the streets. I don't think that never should be questioned about those things and how legendary he is. It got some of my favorite songs I know with him and Lil Wayne on there. It's like a casino, man. Everybody, when I was at the train station in Addison in 2019, had some kids talking about they the new Cash Money. But the new Cash Money got to be able to get themselves out of situations. Birdman moved like a mastermind. And you can't play with that that legendary. You the new Cash Money, but you getting yourself in some shit. You know what I'm saying? That you don't know how a leader got to be able to move their crew. So it get that hard and talk to duck the enemies. Those things got to be the number one thing in the city. You can't take that from there. You know what I'm saying? And those things can't be measured by those type of things and those carnations, right? And let me tell you something. BG kids gonna keep them alive. Lil Wayne them kids, Juvenile kids, Birdman kids, they gonna keep them alive. But they gotta make sure Birdman and Lil Wayne them kids gotta make sure Cash Money still on top and Young Money, and they have to teach them the game, cause Easy E Company fell off. You know what I'm saying? She fell off. You know, like you talk about companies fell off. The thing is, when Lil Wayne them and BG and them and everybody gone in Chopper City, all of them gone, can they hold that label down and keep it going? We don't want Cash Money to fall off when everything is said, when Birdman and everybody tell we all can't live on this earth forever, but we don't want to say that Cash Money and Young Money time is up. Can Lil Wayne and BG kids and all of them live up to the hype? Can Reginae Carter keep Young Money going? That's what we gotta understand. And that's what you gotta understand. They gotta realize the business. Can Reginae Carter keep Young Money going and the other company going? This is where legacy plays at. Can NBA boy children keep the things going, the legacy? That's what matters the most. What NBA boy gonna teach his kids how to keep things going and keep running and their legacy going. And those are the main thing we have to realize when we are in those things and we can't get those things in our phenomenon. Can Reginae Carter live up to the hype that we all expect of her? And she the oldest. Can she keep Young Money going? That's the thing is. Mac Man got kids. Mac Man gonna be, all of them gonna be at front of the family. Can they keep things going as they supposed to keep things going? Can those things be the number one thing in the society? Can they keep it going? They gotta be on top of it. They gotta be on top of it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Beyonce daughter. Can Beyonce daughter keep this stuff going? These are people that need to keep things going, and we have to understand these things. What is Cash Money and Young Money gonna fall off when it says that 50 years from now, 60 years, 80 years from now? And that's got it. Lil Wayne daughter plays a big part of it. Drake's son, everybody plays a big part of this right now. OVO, Rick Ross' son and daughter. Everybody, P. Diddy kids play a part of it. Can they keep Bad Boy running and not let anybody else take over their company? Come on, man. Come on. You seen the thing with Suge Knight. Snoop Dogg took over that company. That's your label, and somebody took over your company. Can this can can this be told? The thing is, can Reggie got the talent? She got the talent because she keep Young Money alive when it's said and done. You don't want Young Money to fall off. You don't want YNT. You don't want all of these people to fall off that been running the game. You should not want Destiny Child to fall off and be the record label with Rockefeller. Can they keep the hype going and keep their daughters and find a talent? That's what we need to understand what's important here in this matter. Can our kids keep things going in this situation? Somebody, and I was at these little thing. I was talking to my little nephew and talking to everybody yesterday in the house. We talked about Dragon Ball Z, and at the baseball field with the kids, and they said Goku was a bad father. Gohan, one of the things that everybody else had, Gohan didn't. His mama wanted that for him, and I meant to tell him his mama wanted that. After Gohan lost that fight to Majin Buu, he wanted to get back training. And I was just talking about that. He didn't want anything. His mama, he wanted to live the battle, the fight to evolve. But if you just putting your mind in certain individuals and hanging out with surroundings and not putting your mind into your talent, and everybody saying, I was at the baseball field and the kids were around me saying, everybody, like a lot of kids was around me at the baseball field. We was having this debate about, they said Goku, no, Goku is not a bad father. Goku saw his kid with talent. He saw something in the eye. But you can say, well, like when Ace Hood left We the Best, and he said it's something they wanted me to be something that I know how to be. That means DJ Khaled saw something in the spirit of you. Can you organize those things to be where you're trying to go? To organize those different things. The question is, could Reginald Carter keep Cash Money and Young Money going? Could they daughters, Birdman daughter and son, keep the label going? Can MacMan and Taz and them kids keep things going? And that's what we need to understand. Nicki Minaj, all of these people got to realize something. How can we understand that to keep these things going? How can they keep this going? You got to realize something. You know, if all these people, can they keep the legacy going? And that's the question we need to ask ourselves. Can they keep the legacy going here? And that's what we want to know. We haven't even seen, you know, half of the industries, kids come into that. We seen Biggie daughter, but she had fell off a little bit in that guarantee of those things. But can we see some things where we need to see? Outstanding videos. And that's the thing we want to know. Can they keep things going? Reggie Carter gonna have to fill in that gap. She's gonna have to step up to that role. It just seemed like when Michelle Obama, because after Joe Biden and Trump get into office, after one of them, Joe Biden and Trump get into office, and those four men, what do the other candidates got? But after Joe Biden and Trump, one of them two get in office, what do they have after those things? Michelle Obama should run after that. That's going to be a really defeat for people that Michelle Obama run. That's really going to change the course of history for all blacks. You know, and that's really going to be a problem because in those formats and those things, right? Can they live up to the hype of things going on? And that's the thing in it. Can Reginald Carter and all of them, Birdman daughter and son, can they keep it alive? They have to keep the structure. Is you telling them keeping around to find talent? And you gotta teach them how to find talent and structure Cash Money. Is you putting them behind those things? And that's what we understand. Is Cash Money gonna be around when you're gone? Can they live up the lie? Because Easy E Company fell off. You don't want nobody taking over your company like that, like they did Death Row. You gotta have that company. Now let me tell you, Jay Mills talked about his journey was up with Young Money. You should have started the label, and Gutter should have teamed up with those things and started the label. Look, Chucky should have never left. Started his label, go get artists and sign. The coordinations of those things is the main thing with that. You go find talent. I just say, hold up, I know I need you to go find groups. Everybody gonna go find groups. This is not the inner Young Money, Cash Money. I need little Chuck to go find some other people to work with and do. You still under Cash Money, but I need you to go find other people to work with and go find people in the streets to work with. Talent, and you after you work with their records, then you're gonna go find another talent. Jay Mills gonna go find another talent. Those things and those everybody in the label got something to do. It's never over. But you hopping on song with other artists. And let me tell you, I don't think because of Birdman said that Hot Boy Turk was not going to be a part of Cash Money, the tour. It just right now, things are trouble with the lies going on in the industry. They're going to get back together. It's making it seem like it to confuse the society of the point of the mindset of the society. You know, MO3 manager, let me tell you, I ain't never been scared. But I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. When Charlie Boy said and Rhino shot and go hard, I came up with a song called God Gonna Have to Bless You. When Rhino said I didn't go hard back in the day when Baby C was telling and thing with Mirrors and Lil Diamond, he was dealing with people in the United States. I was dealing with other teenagers in faraway countries and other people in other states. He only had things, but I'm dealing with people in far away things. So I'm talking to a lot of people in these things. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that. Baby C coming back out and all of that stuff. I don't know what it goes on with all of that stuff. Because he called Mirza an internet gangster. 40 Glock, let me tell you something. This is a true story on my space. 40 Glock, I said something to 40 Glock. I'm a big fan of him, and I said something to him on there and made him mad. And he was at the gun range. Any little rapper get at me. I said, God damn, man, he actually responded back to what I said on my space. Like, I'm a big 40 Glock. 40 Glock, you hate the shit that goes on in the industry where people want to get along, and you sorry you got to do that, like with people. But how can we understand those things, right? We sorry that people just don't understand. Wayne could have been a platform for 40 Glock. Instead of going at him, you don't see that like 40 Glock. That's the same thing with people going at it with plies. Your platform and like that person that killed Tupac. He said P Diddy messed up my platforms. But you got to know right from wrong because your mind. We let no one. They looking at your mindset, partner. Those are the things that we have to understand in the coordination for all of that. One thing a person gonna say you're gonna end up there. I'm on live me talking to people. I'm on big live me talking to people in California. I have growing bonds with people in New York, Brooklyn, St. Louis. People don't even know. Like before they started dissing me on YouTube, I talked to people from St. Louis, LA. Everybody wanted to hope I make it in California. Me in New York, hope we make. You think I'm gonna argue with people constantly when certain individuals or women can't have what they want, and look, I've been dealing with this since a kid, man. You think I'm gonna argue with the stuff that's going on in this predicament? When I was in Dallas, and people in Dallas in 22, and everybody I'm in the hood to tell you just like Lorraine, all you do is care about that hoe and that money. You got me and Sabina set our eye difference. I didn't get that. We had a song called "This Is for Them Hated" by Mac Man and Lil Wayne, and me every time Enrique Sabina come in, we will put this CD into the CD player. And other people trying to get close to me, and I like, man, dealing with people. And Lil Wayne said something. People want me to marry him, but know my ex-girlfriend to bury him. People want me to get with them, but know my girlfriend to bury him. We always had the confirmation off of music. But Sabina told me to wait till I got older to get this, but I didn't get this because of her. I got this because I saw something one day at Mirza's house, friends on and Facebook and whatever that is, say Hubert uses everybody. He tossed the phone. I'm like, hold up, this is my legacy here. This don't got nothing to do with anybody else. This is before Mirza even came in the picture. Even if me and Miss Sabina's not together, but I can't let that ruin because high and jealousy. In that point of view, I'm 14 years old. I'm working. I'm going to school. I'm in theater. I'm going to thrift stores. I'm going to, yeah, 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 fire, yeah. So, I'm about to trip over the damn spray can. Don't laugh at me either, man. Do not laugh at me. Do not laugh at me about the strip. Do not laugh, guys. But yeah, do not laugh. Those are the things like you just like no, but you got to know about the legacy. That's you can't ruin things of legacy, and people been jealous for a long. I can't deal with that, man. Like, me and Sabina said our problem after that Facebook stunt that they pulled. And Mirza lied and said he was down for me, and these niggas manipulating, and these women manipulate black bitch from Facebook. One thing, Birdman not gonna message you. I don't know who you got that message from. Birdman gonna call people, and he gonna find a way to get on your chat to message you. That's just the way it is, man. Birdman don't send a nigga a message on no damn Facebook like that. You know what I'm saying? He don't do that, man. Anything he call, he gonna find somebody that knows you, and he gonna call you. If you know about Birdman, he ain't that type of person that just sit up there and type. Somebody else might be in the vicinity of using fake accounts.
Jordana, easy on the gas. I gotta wrap this commercial. I think I'm late on my. Yeah, he be like, yeah, Bill New Jack City. Clarity, yeah.
New Jack City.
He gave around me white like came on block. Trying to head all that coke. I bet my butt on go fuck, bitch ass nigga. Look, bitch, I'm about my shit for real. I pit on like big ticket that. Big ticket crypto and you blood gang out mean it. Boy, I used to push that shit like push shit with them bean bags. You gonna try to.
So you just gotta understand those games, bro. You can't understand those games how those things are presented. Can people live up to the hype? We already seen the talent that Reggie Carter got, guys. We already seen the talent that Reggie Carter got. We already seen what she can do. And she have not even evolved into the seat that she to the person she are right now. And I think she's still more to go. But I think her daddy should have worked with her in the studio to strengthen her floor. I think she would have been more of a beast than anything if her dad would have actually got in the studio at a young age and then really I think she's talented. She can rap now. But I think if her dad would have gotten her really and just teach her how to the voice and how to just go harder in the paint, that's something you can't understand. I think she would have been she still go hard, but I think she can go more harder. Everybody say Juvenile say he can't rap the same. Like, no, you is rapping the same. Your voice have not changed. I don't see nothing in Juvenile voice that changed. I don't see nothing in his voice that changed. You rapping the same, your voice haven't changed. But I think, if you talking about the ad lib of it, you didn't go to some quiet classes to probably get it done or something. But I don't see the change, and I just think you got greater and you elevated, Juvenile elevated. But BG would never be forgotten because of Juvenile and Wayne. When Wayne come on there, you gonna if you know Wayne, you gonna know Cash Money. You gonna know Beat Jizzle. You gonna know all this that Wayne. Wayne is the face of all of them. Wayne is holding everything down for them, and you don't even know that. You don't even know if Wayne was in, BG was in jail, and you gotta know the concept of it. At when who you gonna remember at BG? You gonna remember the Hot Boys. You gonna remember the Hot Boys. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can never be forgotten, and whoever they can never be forgotten. But me and Boosie got some things going on that lie, man, and he don't know a damn thing about the situation. Hot Boy Twerk told me about if I wanted to be in like have a marriage like they have, but they had their ups and downs, just like me and somebody had our ups and downs. So if I can talk to Cash Money Hot Boy Twerk, and he can talk to him and his wife, can talk about they marriage and what they've been through, and I've been through stuff in that situation, and I had to hold it down for 4 years relationship. And man, this somebody we had our ups and downs, and the stuff I had to deal with in my relationship. So I had to really mean like when she mentioned me on was trying to communicate with me on the song about it. Cash Money Hot Boy Tour, if I want a relationship like that. So if the thing is they go through ups and downs and I hear their story. So I'm listening to what she telling me on her album about if I want a relationship that a woman can hold it down. So I gotta listen. And this when he was the Hot Boy Tour would tell me about 302. That man talks about a hospital volunteering to go into the hospital. So like I'm listening to his wife and I'm listening to him. I'm listening to them. I'm understanding it, what they talking about. So when she talked about it on the album, and if I want a relationship right there, I know what it's gonna have to take. Oh, it just you have to get around a real woman like that. I'm being around fake women and manipulating women, so it's hard to understand where people at in that. And you know what I'm saying? Women ain't strong enough for me. So how can we understand those gameplay? And I'm understanding what the Cash Money Hot Boy telling me. So I'm understanding what he's telling me, him and his wife telling me. So on the album, I listened to the album. I listened to what she told me. You know what I'm saying? If I want a marriage like that, I'm listening to those things. So I had to understand those things. But I don't just want any woman, you know what I'm saying? I don't just need a woman in the streets. I need her to have that sight. I didn't have that vision when I was 14. Like I didn't have that vision with a woman. A woman let people manipulate them. I told my brother I can't be the strongest one in this relationship. A strongest mindset to keep going when friends and other people have the problem. So we have to deal with certain things, and she talked about it on the album, and I heard what she talked about. So I kind of understand what Hot Boy Twerk wife was trying to tell me, but also she was telling me about me understand about what they've been through when they ups and down when they cheated. And like we both did things, but the cousin them got in the way of our relationships and jealousy with friends in my relationship that caused the problem when we dealing with certain individuals. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what his wife was telling me if I want a relationship that what I need to take to get to it. So I understand I'm listening to what everybody's telling me, like 3LW members, and I'm listening to what they telling me. So I'm not really Rick Ross telling me and everybody, so I'm actually listening. But some niggas on these streets, they don't got the best interest from me. You know, when P. Diddy told me to pick up a book and I actually read the book. But some niggas don't got the actually best interest, and you gotta watch out for those things and how you moving in those things in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You know, how can we understand it? So it's like, come on, man. You gotta step 15 feet away from a person and see a person mindset. And I'm sorry, a little study. I need to get some drink. To see a person mindset and see where those things and when people trying to use you. God said we ain't meant to fall. I think it's to catch on to somebody's spirit when they trying to make us fall. Step 15 feet for somebody to see their mindset and see how they are and how they lying. People can never figure me out because I'm still growing. I'm still understanding the keys of the universe. They say Kanye West don't have control and unmature. Kanye West is with nature. He's with God. So when Jay-Z talk about that, he can't understand it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm a lot of around a lot of fake people, and I don't want to get in that situation right now where I feel like I gotta get open in this community, and they been around these dumb dudes in the streets and hip hop and put me in a situation where I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? I know what I want out of a woman. You know what I'm saying? I know what I want out of a relationship. And I'm not out to let street niggas of a woman lie to me and talk about what she want until she lie and do something sneaky. So if I can understand Hot Boy Twerk wife and I can listen to her on the album and she can talk to me on some stuff and I can just listen to the album and I listened to the whole album. So I had to really understand and what he was trying to tell me about teamwork, and I had to really listen to him and understand those things and get the confirmation from it. So that was the most important thing with that. So if we could come to that understanding, but I know what I want in my life. I don't need an unmaterial woman that's playing the street sides of the streets. And that's in Dallas. That's a bad habit, man. So if you're talking about cash money and whatever that thing is with that situation, you have to understand it. Right now, Trick, Lil Boosie lied on me and don't even know my situation. You know, don't even know my situation and what I had to go through with Social Security fight for. I reached out. BG need to know. I reached out to Social Security and Trump because I need to fight for something greater. I wasn't gonna let a government treat me bad, neglect and abuse me and taunt me. I had to stand for something why everybody don't have the balls to call, and I had the balls to call. You know, I say I'm not gonna let this happen, man. You know, we deserve to be treated as equal too. You know, neglect and abuse. Atlanta needs some help. They really need some help in Atlanta Social Security. When I seen in downtown Atlanta, they need some help. They really need some help. These security guards, boy, they gotta really. How you gonna talk about a customer right in front of their face? No, and let me tell you something. I was in Atlanta. I'm at a Social Security office, and I gave him my information, and he started panicking. What are you scared of? He was actually scared. I don't know what was on that computer. I didn't. Every Social Security I went to in Atlanta, he was scared. they was scared. I was like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. What is going on for y'all to act like that and act like as soon as you look, you got scared? And that's the difference. I need to know why they was acting like they acting, and I haven't did nothing to them. And I'm like, hold up for a second. I'm seeing that behavior. And people in Chicago, New York told me they got the same problem with Social Security. And people from other states off of Live Me and Big Live and other people that goes to Social Security office that told me they got the same problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I talked to people in California, New York, Chicago, Detroit. Like girls like told me when Waka Flocka was talking about me at the radio station and my work ain't real. And one girl said, I believe you. I'm going to be in your video, Hubert. Like this fine, pretty woman, man. Like I talk to people with a lot of talent in California. And like this, when I'm on people profiles, when I'm on Live Me, it's not just about me. When I'm on Big Live, I play my music, but I also listen to them. And that can be the greatest thing where you just not making it all about you. And sometimes they tell me to stop, then you can pick it back up. And it's about just listen to what everybody else has to say. If you on that full screen, I actually saw Hot Boy Turk on UP Live, and I got like 30 accounts. Like on UP Live, I'm like, damn, I saw him on UP Live. So I kind of understand what his wife was just telling me, and then, you know what I'm saying, and I know, you know what I'm saying. So I kind of got the game of what Hot Boy Turk wife was telling me from Cash Money. So I kind of, understand the big picture of I have to listen to her and understand her and understand Cash Money Hot Boy Twerk. I have to understand them both because they've been through it. So my key point is to listen to them both. So if they've been on here, you gotta listen to some people that been on here. Other people don't always have good intentions for you. But if you know certain people giving you certain parts of the game and this and that would be good. And people giving you certain parts of the game that you need to know about. Lil Durk told me to stay down, but look, and everything else. Young Chopper trying to get me to buy this thing. They're trying to get me to buy something to teach. I'm gonna have a lot of time to work on that thing. I want him to know Young Chopper. I'm gonna have a lot of time to work on the things I need to work on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Young Chopper. Shout out to him, man. Those things was given. So those things were given. I had a talk with my brother. Some people, I told you, God said some people will get you to turn against family and all of that, and you got to see the bigger picture. Some people don't have the love for God. They don't understand God, where we do things and how we do things, and understand the principle of God. We're not taught to be hatred and all of those things. But this society want us to lose. They don't care about all of that. And people will panic, will control, and want you to lose, but they fake they love for you and act like they love you. But God said, we have to stay focused. But people act like when I'm talking, I can't talk to people around the world, but I have to talk to a certain environment where an environment don't want me to grow. In a society that don't want me to grow and they have their own point of views. But if I'm venturing out and I'm talking to people in New York, Chicago, Detroit, California, and I'm seeing talent in Brooklyn and all of those things, but this society wants to suffocate me and want it their way and act like I'm the problem. And that's not it with that situation. And people want to know, oh, you gonna get convicted? No, I'm not gonna get convicted. It get like that with this situation. They lied. People put me through hell and back. But the first thing when people get kicked out, you see most people on. I'm gonna tell you, downtown Dallas, what they do in Dallas, they tell you you gotta sleep on the streets before you get a hot meal. That's the most stupidest thing in America that I ever heard. You don't got four buildings open in the same area. You don't got where you can put that. That's the most stupidest thing ever. You know what I'm saying? So I can't allow people with their own opinions to dictate. I took theater, so and I used to always play games with Demir and watch him, watch my old friends. When we used to be in the studio, we'd on my ex to come and we make Rice Krispie treats and we do all of this stuff. And I was just talking to Rick. I said, Rick was like, you remember what you said? Oh, I can't wait till we make it. We gonna see how you and Sabina act towards each other. We used to always crack jokes. Everybody gonna see how y'all act towards each other. And not in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. And Juvenile told me, he actually told me, throw the punchline on me, told me, it's life too short to hold grudges. So I kind of understood that. But some enemies don't care about that. And you gotta watch out for Dallas, man. They don't care about that bullshit. There's a lot of whole ass shit going on, and I don't participate in it, man. It is something I need to do different. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you get into it with family, and you love your family to death, but you got to understand certain things. When I'm not staying with you, certain things happen outside of this house, outside of the house, and we talking about situation that when you're not with family. When God told Moses to paint the wall with blood, he knew the non-believers were going to be out amongst the believers. MO3 and them and Yellow Breeze and them paid them to come in spiritual warfare, attack me, intimidate me, you know what I'm saying? Then the DA right there watching in the streets. Boost is so damn don't even know he was being watched. The politics of it. Then these same niggas that doing song with them, they don't know I got their gang. That was in that mall and the DA what they look but y'all think y'all know everything that's going on in this situation. Well, why you gotta pay people to terrorize people and come from South Dallas? God said I caught you. But the Carrollton police play a part of it because they sit up there and watch and follow looking for their damn and that's where the problem gonna let it. You see, they play a part of it, and Dallas plays a part of it. So when the Lion Society that looks out for their people and lie, how can we get to the point where there's no tomorrow? And OG, you see how Trap Boy Freddie lied? Shit, the facts is all together, and we bring this to court, and we look at the same time. I'm going to Social Security, and I got to get my benefit. I had a benefit. I had when I came back from Atlanta. I had to hurry up, go see a doctor, and talk to my Social Security. That was court order, and this happened around about 2019. All this was going on, so I had to get these people time to give them to get me back on because the payment's not going to go directly towards that. And plus, I found out they was doing things. When you giving them new bank information, and it takes time for it. I had to sit up there with Miss Lee to identify it, and you got to give their computer time to identify it. So it different when Miss Lee is showing me, hold up, Huber, but I have to understand, and she had taught me something that I need to know with Social Security. They always a month behind. So when I used to complain about certain things I had to do, and she taught me something that Social Security is always a month behind, and she always a month behind in those things. So this by me listening to Miss Lee and giving me knowledge about certain areas in Social Security that I need to know. It helped me out, when I was going through a permanent racism in U-Haul and they wanted to let me go. So you got to understand with that situation, like she really gave me and taught me something in those formats. Like just like I called Atlanta Senator's office assistant, and I got a case working on my case from the call. The people that made fun of me. I'm in Texas, but I got people working on my case to get the calls when people made fun of me and the lady and all of that. So Joe Biden said give him time. So if I gotta give Joe Biden time for Social Security breaking rules, and plus at the same time the lady gave me the number to the local government from the call center and told me to call. And this guy gonna tell me to shut up and this permit. No, I need to talk to somebody about your government behavior, about your Social Security behavior. And people don't know what you fighting for, and people will tell you to shut up because they don't want you to win in the avenues. And I can't live in that environment. I had to just do something earlier with stupidity going on. I had to show my enemy that I'm not to be tampered with. But but either way, if this happened, I'ma leave. I'm not staying here with this bull crap. Anyway, you gonna lose. Anyway, it's gonna lose. You lose. I think that anyway, if the state of Texas would have did something stupid, they can't kick him either no justice or not, they would have lost. Because they lose at the end. They lose at the end, and people don't want you to talk because they know who the heck I am. They gonna do you something. Yeah, they not dumb. None of them not dumb in Dallas. Yellow Breezy and MO3 people not dumb. None of them. So I don't care what a nigga talking about at the end of the day because they not done. They know what was done. All that sneaky line stuff Kevin Gates talk, I ain't trying to hear it. And people want you to forgive. Give me, my nigga. People don't want to mess with me. Let me tell you something. God said I gotta expose this because a black woman in Walmart in Addison, she gonna talk about I read the data criminal. All right. God said, wait I did, I find me a real woman. While you sitting up there getting paid and being a slave and find somebody that can keep up, find me a princess. I don't want to deal. I need something more powerful than that. I don't want no woman and then this thing that's gonna be in my pockets. I'd rather be in the arms of Taylor Swift or 3LW, somebody else's family to deal with that bull crap, my nigga. And that's how I'm feeling, my nigga.
As a father who works full time, I want to be an example.
That's how I'm feeling, my nigga. That's how I'm feeling. To be with a black woman that takes some of these black women in the businesses on the street, take another nigga for granted, and got other niggas in your ear. Nobody don't want to deal with that, man. Nobody wants to deal with that, dog. Nobody wants to deal with those things. It's more to it than where we trying to go. I'm not trying. One thing, I'm like South Dallas said, I'm the hardest. I'm not trying to be the hardest. I'm not trying to be the hardest, but I'm trying to be the smartest. Like Birdman said, To taught how to duck, and I ain't never had nothing. I was taught how to duck the enemy. You know, look at that dude that pulled the trigger and he took the charge for it. He been used because they don't know how to think before a nigga think, nigga, and put you up in a situation. God said, put you up in a situation. You better wake up in the spirit, see. And you know what I'm saying? A nigga like if you gonna die for something, you gotta know what you dying for. You gotta know how you make sure all your facts together. Cause nobody ain't paying me, partner. Nobody not paying me, partner. You think you paying me? Hey, I'm still fighting for my justice from Social Security. They have not paid me. The little suckers have not paid me. You know, and nobody paying me, nigga. I want my damn justice, my nigga, for neglecting, abusing, and breaking rules. So everybody want to talk about something, but understand the price that comes with it, and want people to open up, but they want to use you and not change with it. Don't put your society perm. And I know what I want out of life. What God say? Why go back out there and put yourself through the businesses at Walmart and go through the same thing? And it's not going to change and you're going to get the same results. Me and my baby mama don't talk. We broke up. But the main thing I told her, and she talking about, you need to focus on what you want to do. Leave the jobs alone. You need to focus on you. I think that was the most important thing. Dude, you gotta look disability. Focus on you. That job ain't nothing of what they doing. Your growth is more important than that job. I was just coming out of church a little bit and she called me. And I said, yo, growth. And I got out of church. I was in church in the city. And I got out of church and I told them, they detect that. You need to stop. They don't care. Stop trying to put yourself out there with them. And these businesses are going to do the same thing. The best thing you can do is life is focus on your growth, spending time. When this is all done and done, I'm going to college. I'm gonna be doing stuff. I'm gonna be in the house watching. Um, I fell in love with a show. Remind me of when I was a kid in Fantasy Williams band, and I had horse crap on my shoe marching through the Superdome, and I had to buy one of those scraper things because I was getting mad. I was getting mad, like when you marching. I say, how we gotta hold it and the horse got it, can't hold it. And I got my little W. They turned fantasy wins into elementary school. So we have to understand those things and those concepts. So we understand those concepts in the way that we do. Guys, we just doing all of that. I ain't trying to worry about people like that, man. I got other things, And one dude wanted me to get out of something, and my foundation already been filled. And I know this industry, but they trying to rip my kingdom to part and lie. And you're not really with me. You somewhere on this other dude way in the other state. You gotta watch out for trickster. Talking about get people around you, baby. Right now, they playing the society playing both fields. And God said we don't like that. Either you on God's side or what you on. What you on. And that's the main thing of what you on right now. That's the concept of we can do right now. So how about I understand when you talking about relationship and going through ups and downs, but me and my we hung in there as much as I can. Before that argument that we had, her mama said it wasn't time for us back to be together after 4 years that we did with stuff. About the behavior that was going on in 2019. I can't always think about the focus of the platform of it. But the thing is, it's not about I'm the hardest, it's about being the smartest. It's about thinking before you do things. When all this bullshit was going on, you know what that character police told me? You doing good at picking up a book. One nigga told me in Dallas, we gonna have to watch him because I can't get manipulated. I can't get leaded down the wrong way. That niggas in Dallas County, we gonna have to watch because I can't let you in. I'm not letting you manipulate me like you do all these other teenagers. I'm not letting you play the game like you do. Like that's the difference between that. I'm not letting you manipulate me. I know when a person trying to run game on me, they don't want that guy and Judge Kennedy. They didn't want us to pick up a book. I said, hold up, I'm not listening to it. Why other people? And a guy named Coco, he didn't even call me from Garland yet. He said he was gonna see if he did research about my knowledge. He haven't even called me. He haven't even called me yet. And because he had other people manipulating him. And I said, look at man, go. And you don't understand the reason why the confusion was starting because the little black guy wanted to rap and he called me a lie. He wanted to make sure like he was the truth. And he intimidated a person would tell you like if you tell somebody to go look up something and tell your bitch to look up something, he don't want you to know. Cause he trying to fight for a title. And these little kids don't understand that. Like these young niggas understand that when you acknowledging them. And they go right back and talk to somebody else. And that start the confusion up between that situation. I say, man, you starting a whole lot of shit. Y'all little niggas confused.